I have seen somebody say that there is no YouTuber or contents online that discussing and appreciate Black Souls. So I made this video in order to appreciate and discuss about Black Souls' main story. Black Souls are Japanese adult games with gore, dark fantasy, and tragedy themes. If you are under the age of 18, please stop watching this video as it contains sexual and many other inappropriate contents. Also, if you have never played Black Souls before, I highly recommend you to stop watching this video as well, as it contains major spoilers of the game. I dare to say that Black Souls' story would make all the story of From Software games combined feel like a paradise. The story begins with a man named Lewis Carroll. Lewis Carroll is the teacher in the university. One day, the dean asked Lewis to tutor his daughters. The deans had 3 daughters. One sold her soul to evil god, one died inside the asylum and became a monster, and the last one is named Alice. As childish as Alice was, she fell in love with her tutor Lewis. Lewis felt the same too. One day the dean happened to know their relationships. He did everything to keep Lewis stay off Alice's way. As the time passed on, Lewis never forgets her. He picked up a pen and wrote many stories, many fairy tales including Alice in Wonderland, inspired by his first love, the little girl Alice as the name of Grimm. One day, Lewis got an invitation to the Christmas party. The sender's name was Alice Liddell. At the date of the party, Lewis came to the house in hope that he will once again be able to meet his long-loved little girl, but what awaited him was an old woman. He instantly remembered. He knew all along, yet he kept lying to himself. Alice got married with a man with the same status as her. She had a son. She has grown. She was not a little girl he loved anymore. Lewis ran away, heartbroken and sorrowed. He cried and wished, if there are any gods, please bring back my little girl. Please let him meet his first love again. And the evil god answered. Mary Sue, a little fairy in the world of Black Souls, is in fact a great old one, the evil and selfish god who answered the cry of Lewis Carroll. Mary Sue claimed that she is the big fan of Grimm's fairy tales. She possesses an ability to create anything at her will. She creates the world of fairy tales and dragged Grimm inside, but as twisted as Mary Sue is, her fairy tales are pretty cruel and tragic, unlike original of Grimm's. She made Grimm an undead, which he will never die, but what far more sinister was that Mary Sue kept messing with Grimm's memories. She implanted a memory that Grimm will always play the role of an undead and keep playing in her garden forever. During one of those loops inside the garden, the prayer master, a rabbit in Tea Party of Alice in Wonderland, got jealous of Grimm and was paranoid that Grimm would rob Alice from him and Wonderland away. So he prayed for someone to separate Grimm and Alice, and Mary Sue answered again, which is why we keep seeing Alice dies in the opening of the game. Now for your information, when you defeated the Old King in Chaos Dungeon in Dark Souls 2, Mabel will tell you the truth about the Great Old Ones, that in order to keep their influence, existence and power, they must be worshipped, remembered, and else. Thus, some of them create a world that is called Garden, to strike their existence into the mind of the poor souls who got trapped inside the gardens. Now, at the end of the DLC of Black Souls, Alice appears in front of Mary Sue and claims that she is the true lover of Grimm. From Mary Sue's dialogues here, the Alice right now is not the same Alice who had been with Grimm before Prayer Master betrayal, as well as the one who got killed during an opening of the game. Which is why Mary Sue looks so troubled and horrified. Mary created many characters from Grimm's fairy tales, yet she has never realized that the character Alice was not the one she created. It was actually a spawn of crawling ones sent to spy on Mary Sue's garden. After the crawling one intervened Mary Sue in the end of Black Souls DLC, the Red Queen and White Queen stripped the power of creation from Mary Sue and imprisoned her forever in the Queen's land. As for the power of creation, they put that in the crown of the White Queen and create another great old one, a mechanical god that will obey the crawling ones at will, called Gragignol. Lewis Carroll or Grimm, who has been manipulated by the crawling ones to seek Alice, has made yet another selfish act of gods. The crawling one used Grimm to produce offsprings of great old ones. After you got an ending G, Note will leave Grimm library, and you can examine her book, which knows the number of loops Grimm has been through. Now, all the girls you fight in ending G before the trio boss are all your offsprings. During those loops, Grimm has made love a lot, Note included. The crawling ones were so powerful that even White Queen Note could not go against. Mabel, who got slandered to be a parasite of the worlds, although powerful enough to go against the crawling one, she chose to be passive, because if she really did something, the idiot will wake up and everything will vanish in an instant. Red Hood, who is created by Mary Sue, and logically Grimm's own creation, trespasses into the crawling one's garden in order to slay the mastermind and end these gears of madness. When Grimm finally reached the Winter Vale, the land of White Queen, when he finally defeated the Gragignol and ended the madness of this fake wonderland, he escaped with help of White Queen Note. Note states that she has been watching Grimm all the time ever since he came to this cursed land. As the time passes, she grew sympathy for Grimm, knowing that he has been repeat everything, yet he will never realize it because of the crawling one's manipulation on his mind. A sympathy became love, a love that Grimm will never realize or know, a love that she craved to confess to him all the time, yet unable to, because the crawling one might be a harm to everyone. A love that she knows exactly that it will never come true. When Grimm decided to end his life because everyone suffers by his failures, Red Queen, Alice in Black Souls, Pricket came to his aid. Though he successfully escaped the grasp of the Mad God with Red Hood in the ending G, Mary Sue stated that she made Red Hood with only 1 year of lifespan, meaning that Red Hood won't be able to live on after 1 year. Grimm, Lewis Carroll, a tragic hero who curses himself for not being able to save everyone, watches Red Hood in her last moment in ending H. Now this concluded all the story so far. I'm not sure if the Yoru Toru-san, yeah? Toru-san would continue making Black Souls the third. You can follow him on the Twitter as, by the way. Though sometimes he mostly he will post in the Japanese, sometimes he will answer in English. Also, someone send help to this guy, please. Just send someone to tell him to start exercising or maybe see a doctor. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy, and as well as I hope you understand that even though this is the 18 plus game, and very, you might think that this is a bad artwork, but for me it's pretty unique in their own way. And yes, for me this is one of my masterpieces I have experienced in my life so far. I hope to see his next works. Thank you for watching. See you next video. Bye.